visibility, because having done this now for 12 years, plus working with my mum in PR when I was 16, I'm 55 now, so I've got quite a lot of experience in it. I think I finally cracked the visibility code. Everybody else talks about visibility in a different way. This is the code that you need to be listening out for. So your nomination, and then when you win your award, it just doesn't gather dust, okay? Because so many times, as Debbie said, people go, oh, they share on social media, I'm thrilled to be nominated. And that is where they leave it. So we've got a lot of stuff we can be helping you to do. So it is now going to be your time to step into that spotlight, okay? So that you can share your nomination and make it count. So this is from the lovely Debbie's website. I hope you've all been scouring it, the Best Businesswomen of the Year Awards website. And getting press coverage goes hand in hand with all your awards. It's going to give you such a brilliant opportunity to be of interest. And actually, can you sit here? Are you a journalist looking for a story? Journalists come here quite often, don't they, Debbie, to ask for award winners and nominees. So look, can you see some of the brilliant people here? Been on Sky TV, BBC. I mean, Kirsty is everywhere. I opened up the Metro and suddenly there's like a double page spread on her. So whatever size your business is, you will have gone through loops and hoops, and it's going to be essential for you to get yourselves out there. So please listen hard. And this is Hayley, who I met her about 2 years ago when I was giving a talk, and she rushed up to me and said, Amanda, I used your press release and I listened to your awards-winning masterclass, and I shared my stuff in the local press, and then I won a gig worth £1,000 because she's a wills writer. So this stuff works, and local PR is essential as well. So don't just think you need to be getting into the Telegraph and in Forbes. Think about local as well. So I want to help you get known locally and, of course, far and wide, okay? And really importantly now, we've got the lovely ChatGPT and his friends. So the more you put out there, the better for you to build your digital footprint and digital reputation. So one slide about me, I'm not going to do 50 slides about moi. I'm an award-winning, not yet BBWA award-winning, maybe I need to stop being a sponsor, Debbie, and enter the awards visibility strategist. My nickname is Major Visibility, hence the hat, the military hat, which has been bespoke made by a wonderful milliner client of mine. And my golden nugget, my bit of interest is that I'm a protest organizer. So I organised the one and only mutton march. Please come along next year, because we're going to be running it next year as well, because I was called mutton dressed as lamb. So, I'll be going into that also in detail right now. So my trend prediction is that 90% of founders will be doing PR, but currently only 10% are doing PR. And I bet you are all literally relying on word of mouth. So in the chat, can you just put in, if you're doing PR, just put PR, put the 2 letters PR if you're doing it, and put an N if you're not doing it. And then Debbie can work out the percentages of everybody watching. So what is PR in the AI era? PR is building your digital credibility, your authority signals, and also it's fantastic recommendation fuel for AI, okay? Some of you might have already been recommended by AI, you might already be doing some brilliant visibility work, but here's how you can actually mega ramp it up as well. How often are you going to be putting a Facebook post out there, or a YouTube video, or an Instagram post, a TikTok, LinkedIn, you name it? I think everybody on this call will be doing one form of social media activity, let's say 2. Again, in the chat, why don't you share how many social media things you are doing per week? Okay, someone's doing PR, hooray! Nikki, you're doing some PR, congrats. Lisa is, good. Okay, so what's the percentage there for my prediction? 3 to 4 times a week, yep, 5, 2 to 3. Okay, fantastic. So 2 to 3 or 5 or, yep, okay. A lot of you are doing social media. So just remember my major visibility hat and do a trade. So just sacrifice one of those and do a pitch to a journalist, to pitch to speak on a podcast, to go on an industry panel, industry publication, or to get a speaking gig. All of that is going to build your digital footprint. Why? Because whenever you get mentioned, for example, Debbie has been sharing me in social media. She's also going to put this on on YouTube. So she'll say Amanda FitzGerald, comma, major visibility, comma, PR and visibility strategist talks about X, Y, and Z. It's really important for you to start doing the trade. Okay, so you're actually going to be seen. And now in this era of AI discoverability, the bottom line is if AI can't find you, your clients won't either. So it literally, all these tools up here, Claude, Chat, Gemini, Copilot, etc., they are all the new 24/7 word of mouth. Because hands up, I can't see all of you, I can only see 4 people, but hands up who literally asked ChatGPT or someone for a recommendation for something. Lisa, I can see your hand. Michelle, yes. Jenna, I can't see your hand. Yes. Okay, I think most people do. So have you ever looked for a PR and visibility strategist? Actually, don't do that quite yet. But have you ever looked for something? I looked for a hospital because I needed to have an operation, and I found a brilliant surgeon thanks to ChatGPT. So it literally works. So the state of the nation is this. More than 89% of links are cited by AI or actually from earned media. And earned media is you getting into the press. And it's actually not an advertorial, which is a combo, an advert and editorial. It's literally a journalist writing about you, being quoted. So you're currently doing your social media. Bravo, fantastic, keep doing it. But I do want you to trade one because your social media reach is limited. It literally only goes to your follow account. However, with press, you have got all of these people you're going to be reaching. So I used to sell knitwear, and I suddenly got into the independent, and I was getting all these orders from people in towns and cities in the UK I'd never ever heard of. So that's amazing. So you reach way beyond your social media account, and then you can see all my bots here. That's all the large language models here. They're all like scouring to see what you're doing and what you're posting about, and or rather what the journalist has said about you. And basically, being published, you are a trustworthy source. That is why the LLMs like you. So if someone asks ChatGPT, for example, for a trusted female-led marketing agency, a nanny agency, Fanny, I can see you're here, a local networking group, a business coach, will you appear? And by the end of the talk, hopefully you will start thinking, okay, this is what I need to do in order to help my chances of appearing. I'm going to take you through the visibility code that I've cracked. It's the 5 stages of visibility, which will lead to compound visibility. It's an actual ecosystem. First off, I want you to be thinking about the audience. Whenever you put anything out there into the ether, okay, you've got awards judges, current and future clients. Current clients love seeing you in the press and celebrating you. You've got journalists and producers who are looking for people like you all the time because they can't just be using the same person unless, of course, you're a travel expert and your name is Simon Calder. He gets called up all the time. And actually, we're working with somebody now, Ingrid. We want to move over Simon Calder. You've got potential partners, podcast hosts, and of course, the AI bots, which I've just been talking to you about. So this is a really important 5 stages of visibility. Now, when I say stage, I don't mean the steps in getting there. I literally mean the stage that you're going to be standing on. So you have got backstage, where you're going to be fixing your mindset and your message, all going into your audience. And then you've got your stage, which are your vaults of gold. I'll be going into detail in all of these. You have got their stage, which is speaking, guest expert, sponsoring awards, standing up and winning an award, very importantly. You have got open stage, which is networking, whether you're doing it face-to-face or on Zoom. And you have got main stage, which is tarantara, you've guessed it, it's the press. So all of these feed into each other. And I wonder, well, actually, tell me in the chat. Oops, no, I can't see where I am. Hang on a sec, I've just made the chat way too big. Tell me in the chat what stage you think you're really doing well on. And actually, I can't see the chat anymore, so now Debbie's going to have to tell me. And now here we go, I can grab it up. I made it too big, hang on. Yes.
I can have a look for you if that's
okay. Yeah. Okay.
So if you look
Yeah,
at that
just
graphic and then work out where you are on those
where do
ones.
you think you're slaying? But maybe by the end of the chat, you'll be able to tell me, oh, 1, 2, and 4. Excellent. Okay, so there are gaps. Excellent. You dipped your toe into every stage, but your award is part of it. Okay, great. So let's continue. Hang on, I just need to get rid of this. All right. So the first stage is backstage. It's what you're going to be doing behind the scenes. Okay. So I want you to get crystal clear on your offering and also to fix your mindset. I wonder how many of you think, oh my God, I've got to keep playing small. I've got to keep playing small. Nobody wants to hear about me. Well, actually, you're not playing small because you've all put yourselves forward for awards. So that is playing big. And I've got this icon here all about the impact. Boom. All of you will be making an impact on people's lives or businesses, which is why you just need to have a mindset switch and go, right, I am done with playing small. Even though I'm an award winning or I've been nominated and I'm going to keep it hush hush, I'm actually going to go big on this. We have got something really special to offer you. It's your visibility toolkit. So grab your phone and download it. We help you nail your message, nail your bio in literally 8 words. And we'll also talk about your bio triangle. We haven't got time to go into that today, but here, if you download that, you'll be able to, really get some great ideas on how you can actually articulate what you do. So when you're at the awards ceremony or at the winners' drinks or at the pre-drinks or wherever you are, you really can say what you do simply and in 8 words. My name's Amanda FitzGerald. I help ambitious female founders to secure game-changing press coverage. Literally, that is what I do. And I've kind of given a descriptive about who they are and what they do. So stage 2 is your stage. It's all in your hands. So most founders are thinking that you need, oh my God, I need to do more content. I need more reels, more stories, more, 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 more. I'm going to correct you here. You are literally sitting on vaults of gold, okay? Here is what it is. Newsflash, you can go and create more AI gold as well. All right. So what do I mean by vaults of gold? I mean what you're sitting on, like a post that you might have put out onto LinkedIn in 2022 or on Instagram in 2018. It's evergreen and it's something which is still very relevant to your business. It went viral. People loved it. Think about those amazing posts that you have done that you thought were brilliant and everybody loved them, but now they've died a death. So what you need to be thinking about is where are these vaults of gold that I'm sitting on? Also think about your client wins, testimonials, emails, and videos that you can share and repurpose and leverage all of this past content and turn that into a fantastic update for your website, which is what the AI bots love. And also a journalist might be looking for that very story, that very case study, that very topic that you talked about. So don't think just because you've posted it in 2022 that it's dead in the dishwater. It's not. So just have a think about all of those great posts that you've put out. So get gold digging. I want you to think about which post got loads of comments, which story made people message you, and which post do people still mention. So I'm going to give you a case study of compound visibility to show you what I mean by this. So I shared a post which went viral and it actually ended up starting a movement. And it was when I got called mutton dressed as lamb when I was standing under the Sloane Square tube and I was having my photograph taken. It was awful. I wrote about it in LinkedIn and you can see it had quite a good response. And I thought, this man's not going to mess with me, nor my Muttonista visible sisters. So I'm going to create a movement. So we did a march in International Women's Month. It was actually in March itself, on the 21st of March. And you can see some of these wonderful women. You might recognize some of them. And they came on the march. It's too loud, too bold. We're sick and tired of being what to do and what to be told. It's don't mess with us, Muttonistas, visible sisters. And we chanted our way down the King's Road and had a brilliant time. That's Jay, actually. She is sponsoring one of the awards, Debbie, isn't she? So we managed to secure masses of press coverage. Yes, I have got a phenomenal team who helped secure it, but also Jeremy Vine loved it. We went on his show and then he shared it the next day on his TV show, which was amazing. So whatever you're doing, if it's movement worthy, if it's changing people's mindsets, whatever you're doing, all of you, because you're nominated, you'll be creating impacts everywhere, as I keep saying. Journalists will want to hear about you and your journey, as Debbie said. And then we managed to secure another position for Sarah Farmer, a client, and she got onto the Jeremy Vine show. So that was like the ripple effect. It's compounding visibility. And then to say thank you to Jeremy Vine, I decided to create a flash mob on his Instagram account, and that went really well. So all of the Muttonista Visible Sisters, they all put a post saying, Jeremy, can't wait for your book to be launched. We did it at 10 o'clock on, let's say, the 3rd of April, and we all literally bombarded his Instagram account with his permission. And it went viral and he loved it. So, you know, this is what I mean about compound visibility. And so I said to some of the producers from his radio show, I said, look, you just need to go through all the sea of pink and you can see all these experts. You've got a milliner, imposter syndrome expert, you've got a PR expert, pet loss counselor, midlife mentor, resilient leadership expert, Alex Webb. She won an award last year and she works with us and she's been in the press. So their stage is really important. And this is what I'm doing right now. I'm on their stage, let's say her stage, let's say Debbie's stage. I am now talking to OPA, other people's audiences. This is another way that you can get visible. So get there, pitch to podcasts, do some sponsorship if you want to, you have the budget to, guest expert slots, you can go into Facebook groups. You know, people are always putting out call outs for people like you. You can pitch yourself to go on a panel. You can go on speaking gigs and, of course, step up and win the awards or apply for the awards, which I know most of you on this call have done. So open stage is a really important one. It's where you're going to be building really, really strong connections, okay? And it's all about when you go networking. So you can go all the way back. Do you remember the first picture I showed you about backstage? It's your mindset and message. If you've downloaded that powerful tool about how you're going to describe yourself, hopefully when you introduce yourself, you'll have a queue of people going, oh, I need to speak to you. Oh my goodness, my son needs your services, or I need, you know, to hire you as a coach. So when you are networking, just remember your mindset and your message. Be brave and share it so you have big impact. And then main stage is the key stage, all about media and press. So this is you. I mean, also LinkedIn articles are really good for the AI visibility. Debbie, you teach and preach about that, don't you? Updating your website is really important with some of those posts so people can continuously see your thought leadership. You also need to write a press release. I know that Debbie has a press release to celebrate, you know, your nomination, which is brilliant. Send those press releases out. Thought leadership commentary. So if you're hearing your topic being talked about in the press, go and pitch. Just put your hand up, put your head above the parapet and get out there and make sure that these journalists and people are listening to you. So whatever you're putting out there, people are listening and you never know who literally is listening. And as Gartner says, PR budgets will be doubling by 2027. And AI search is the reason why. So the brands which are showing up in recommendations are the ones who did the press work. So that was a perfect slide that Inc put in. Thank you very much. So I want to give you a case study of the 3 out of 5 stages in action. So this is a post back in 2019, quite a few years ago. This is your vaults of gold, stage 2. I wrote a post about me being scared of driving on the motorway, which I really was. So I ended up getting some driving lessons. I also talked about it at Speak and Shine. So I gave my maiden speech and the heading was Visibility Starts in the Rearview Mirror. It's because I used to be scared of lorries. I used to think they were out to get me. You know, the lorry with its 2 headlights and its grille. I thought it had a really evil face and they, you know, they wanted to overtake me. It was really scary when I was going through this panic attack phase back in 2019. So I shared this and then I got off stage and people, so many women came up to me and said, oh my God, I am scared of motorway driving. In fact, anybody here scared of motorway driving? Maybe all of you are very confident. So then we managed to get into the Telegraph about it. Here you go, there's one of those nasty lorries. Yes, and it was like the secret epidemic, which is hitting midlife women. And the Telegraph were really interested in it. Then, you know, it caused a lot of interest. And then also we got invited to talk about it on the Jeremy Vine show. So you just never know what story. So you don't always have to talk because you can see here, it's Amanda FitzGerald, an Essex-based mother of 2. Okay, so I'm not talking about my PR and visibility here. However, it does say Amanda, PR expert in the article somewhere. So, it just goes to show that you don't have to talk about everything all the time about what you do, about your business, but you can also integrate some other stuff as well. Like I've been in the press quite a bit about my wild water swimming. So using this visibility ecosystem, you will be opportunity rich. So here's your winning formula, using your vaults of gold, compounding your visibility, building your digital authority with your AI visibility, builds trust, and then it will lead to clients. Here's some experts being found via AI. This is just to back up that point. You've got Amanda Cole. She's a Worthing hypnotherapist, and she had been found twice by clients in Worthing saying, looking for a female hypnotherapist in Worthing. So she got some sales as a result of it. And then some of you may know who Alison Edgar is. She's a global motivational speaker. So she got a gig worth 6K thanks to AI. So I liken hot air balloons to your press because they're really powerful, lumpy, juicy, credibility pieces, okay? And then all the other stuff you're doing is, the hot air balloons. Sorry, the hot air balloons is the big stuff, and all of these smaller balloons are all your social media posts, which kind of just go up into the ether. So be sure that you get yourselves the press coverage, okay? Because you can then get greater AI visibility, and it's really important. So be pitching to the journalists, podcasts, online publication, and then sometimes people will just be listening to this talk and go, and you have the aha moment going, right, I'm going to stop being shy. I'm now going to pitch and get there and get one of those hot air balloons, because those backlinks are so powerful when they're on your website and so powerful for all these AI bots, which are also floating in the ether looking for you. So the paradigm shift I want you to have today is social media builds awareness, PR, thank you, Caro. PR builds awareness. God, what am I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. Look at that. Social media builds awareness, PR builds authority, and AI is going to amplify everything. And PR is your most evergreen visibility asset. It lasts years and it gives you the unfair AI advantage. So, experts, it's just for the beginning. So, your vaults of gold can be a pitch to podcasts, to the press. You got articles, speaking gigs, expert commentary, awards, local TV, national TV in some cases, Debbie, that your people have had, and local radio. So I want you today to become one of those 90% of founders doing PR. Don't just keep on churning out your social media to your small audience or to your huge audience, yet a small amount of people are going to look at it. Get AI visibility, get recommended, and get the award and build your digital reputation. And imagine this, just close your eyes and imagine, oh my God, yes, I've been called up by that dream podcast. I've got online press, I've got awards, local radio. All of this is going to be building your authority. So step out of the shadows so you can get more leads, more visibility, credibility, and just literally build your reputation. So start building visibility now and not December 2026. So future-proof your visibility. So if you'd like to connect, please do. If you want to join the Mutton March, please join. Go, maybe take a photograph of this. Go find me on LinkedIn or find me on Instagram or check me out on my website. So yes, it is just a case of starting by emailing the newspapers. Yes, yes, and yes. But you need to have a great hook, a great press release. That's another whole talk, but hopefully this has inspired you to get going on it.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you.
Sorry, I had to rattle through. I'm very aware of the time.
That's fair enough. If you are a finalist for 2026, you will have been sent a press release template. Some people have already used it and it's been published, and we're going to be sharing some of those links this week. Do not sit on it and do nothing with it. Please get it out there.
I want to know, has it inspired people to be one of the 9? If it has inspired you, just write the two numbers 90 if it's inspired you to get going on your PR. It's all you need to do. Oh, yes, girls. Brava. Perfect.
Yeah, because you do want to be one of the 90%. And, even in the last few weeks, we've had Becky Wall on Good Morning Britain. We've had Lisa Sinnott, who was one of our silver winners about 2 years ago. She was on ITN News. We've had Kirsty Gale on GB News, Channel 5, and these are just literally recent. And things come out of this, and it's like this sort of web effect that if you get onto your local newspaper, you can often get picked up by your local radio station, which then takes you onto the BBC radio, which then potentially you could end up being an expert on one of the TV shows. And that is how it works. And
Compound visibility.
Compound visibility. And we've seen it like this over the years with the Best Businesswomen Awards. So we know absolutely all of this works because the national media are scouring local media for stories and stuff that's out there. And that is how it works. And it literally happened to me. I was a finalist in the Stevie Awards, which is global awards for women. I sent a press release to my local paper. They printed it. It then went into the county press. And then I got a phone call from BBC Radio Somerset to go on and talk about my business and the fact that this vinyl was in America. It was in New York. So that all came from one press release that I sent to my local paper. If I hadn't done that, that wouldn't have happened. So I'm just reading some of the comments. Yes, tweaking hooks, good. We put the extra into ordinary. Yes, that's right. So, don't sit around doing nothing because nothing will happen if you do nothing. I can guarantee that. And you've had some brilliant advice this morning from Amanda. Do connect up with her. She really knows her stuff.
Can I just quickly ask everybody while you're here, which of the stages of visibility resonated most with you? Was it the backstage of mindset, your number 2, your stage, 3, their stage, 4, open stage, and 5, main stage? Main stage is press, so 5. Okay. When I say resonated, it's like the one which you're going to be really going hard on. Their stage, OPA, other people's audiences. Great. Okay, it's really good to see.
Has anyone got any questions for Amanda? Put your hand up and I will.
OPA is how I get a lot of my new clients and networking. Actually, it's all of the stages.
Okie doke. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Much appreciated. And we will be doing another networking session in September just for our 2026 finalists. And Amanda will be there and we'll be following up with people to see if you actually did anything. Keeping our tabs on all of you. The test, yes, the press release template was sent with your finalist email with your logo, and you just need to personalize it. And you will see some of the links going out this week from the people who've already used it and what they've done with it and how it's got press for them. Yes, you will have the recording of the session, Bev. I didn't record the first bit, so I'll record the first bit at the end again. And then we'll also send you the slides as well. Amanda, are you okay to send your slides across for people, or would you rather not do that? I know you do a lot of speaking.
Yes, I can definitely do that.
Brilliant. Okie doke. So the next thing we want to talk about is what to wear to an award ceremony. And we get this a lot. I mean, I would say my inbox generally has lots of emails about this on the run up to awards. So this year I thought, right, let's get an expert in to talk about this because, it is a glamorous event. We don't start sort of saying to people, you've got to wear a particular colour or a particular, style. But it is a glamorous evening and it is an opportunity to get dressed up and really kind of put the wow factor out there. And those photographs that you will have after the awards will be treasured memories, believe me, they will be treasured memories. So yes, like Bev's saying, she's wearing her branding. Some people do choose to wear their brand colours, which is amazing. So I'm going to pass this over to Stefania from One of a Style, and she's going to be sharing her top tips with you to get you inspired to buy the perfect outfit. Over to you, Stefania.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Can I share my screen? So I do have some slides as well. Okay.
No. Right.
Can you see?
Right, ready? Nope. Thanks, Madam. No, right, we're going. No, don't go and lick that off the gun, Ella. Best
Oh, I think people have to mute themselves. Okay.
Should be fine now. Sorry.
Okay.
You had me
Can you see the
muted.
screen?
Yeah, can see it.
All right. Thank you very much. So I wanted to start by congratulating anyone who have been shortlisted for the Business Award, but for any other awards. But even if you haven't, just the fact that you applied for an award, it takes big courage and dedication. So congratulations to you all. If you haven't this year, maybe you will inspire to do it next year. So everything that you will listen today, I hope you will treasure. So anyway, as Amanda was saying, as Debbie was saying, it's really important when you go to this event to make an impact, because you'll never know what can come out of this event. The pictures that will be taken will stay for longer, will go on social media, hopefully will go on press. And as you can see from this screen, that is me years ago at my last Businesswomen Awards, where I won as a finalist. And well, I was wearing this lovely dress. I got tons of compliments. Debbie still remember it. And she actually asked me to post a picture about it. The pictures are still there and I still use them sometimes. And this was, I think, 5 years ago. So if you have been shortlisted, you know you're going to the Best Businesswomen Awards in October. I know that the first thing you're going to think about after the thrill, after receiving the news, is this: what am I going to wear? So the aim of this workshop today is to share some tips with you on how to choose your best outfits and hopefully to inspire you. First of all, I want to very, very briefly introduce a little bit better myself and my business. Yes, my name is Stefania and I'm originally from Italy, but I'm based in the UK, in the specific London and Kent. I'm the founder of One of a Style, which is a personal style agency. And as you can see, I've been multi-awarded, but also I've been on the press, which is, as Amanda was saying, a very important visibility and credibility tool. And I think because of that, over the year, I also managed to create very strong partnership with some very famous, renowned fashion and beauty brands that you can see at the bottom. So don't underestimate the power of PR, awards, and also your image as well. Now, I want to start by the dress code. The Business Awards has a dress code, which is black tie. I don't do the dress codes, but I feel like if you are given a dress code, you should respect the dress code and understand it. In this case now, the black tie is elegance. Keyword is elegance and glamour, as Debbie was saying before. The black tie dress code has relaxed a bit over the year. It used to be much more strict. Today, it is relaxed a bit, but still, there are some rules to follow. So here are some do's. Length of the dress has to be either floor or midi length, not short. So it used to be just floor length. Now it's allowed also midi length, so you have a bit more choice. Then luxurious fabric. So anything, you can go for silk, crepon, shantung, you can go for velvet if it's winter, you can go for sequins, lace, but anything that looks elegant. And if you don't want to wear a dress at all costs, you can even go for a tailored suit, but something then again, or separates, but something then again looks elegant. As opposed to what to do, this is what you shouldn't do. So don't wear anything that is too daily, too casual, or even too officey. So for example, we see a lot of celebrities wearing suits now on the red carpet. So the idea of a suit is really intriguing, even for myself. Watch this space. But a suit doesn't have to be an officey suit. Okay, so again, make sure you go for a cut, for a fabric that does look elegant. So fabric, obviously, as I said before, have to be elegant. So avoid anything like cotton, jersey, linen, anything that is too casual. Same applies to the accessories, bags, your shoes, even belts. If you wear them, they have to be elegant, so appropriate for an evening event. And at the same time, you can go for deep necklines, you can go for an open back, but don't be overly revealing or too short. Now, this is about the event. and the rules. But that doesn't mean that we have a uniform to wear. We actually have a huge range of styles and colors and shapes. So we can find what really represents ourselves and feels aligned with ourselves, which leads me to point 2, which is about your style personality. So here we are really looking into what makes you feel yourself, what attracts you. So when we talk about these style personalities or style archetypes, when we work with clients, we usually classify them into classic, natural, romantic, creative, dramatic. And this is useful. Sometimes people have a clear idea about what they like and what attracts them. Sometimes they don't, and this is where they need a bit more of guidance from us. But overall, I think this is a very good starting point for not just for your awards, but whenever you go shopping and you want to buy something new, it's really good to know where to start. Now let's look into the details of an elegant black tie dress code and how these style personalities apply to an evening gown. I will start with the classic style personality, and I have picked Kate Blanchett, which I wouldn't say always, but most of the time really embodied this classic style personality. So when we say classic, we mean something that is timeless, never dated. It is elegant but effortless, again, sophisticated and refined. If you look at what she wears most of the time, is black or neutral colors. She never goes too bold with her colors. There may be some elements like you see here, feathers or a bow on the side, but it's never too loud. It's never too bold. I personally love Kate Blanchett's style very much. Second style personality is what I call romantic. So it's still very feminine and elegant. It's quite delicate, but there are more feminine elements like lace or flowers or bows. So overall, it really looks much more elegant. And Keira Knight is one of the celebrities that really, in my view, really embodies this style personality. So if you look at some of the looks, if you like what she wears most of the time, this means you probably have a romantic style personality yourself. Then we have the dramatic. All about the dramatic people is about statement. The keyword is statement, being bold, being powerful, and unforgettable. You can go for something super colorful or even something neutral, but there will always be something very bold about the shape, about the color, about the combination of fabrics. And it's not just about the dress. Always, for every of the style personality, always look at the combination of the dress, the accessories, the hairstyle, everything. Then we have the natural style personality, and I think Gwyneth Paltrow embodies the style personality really well. It's usually very minimalist, effortless, and modern, so very clean, I would say. They are still impactful, so it doesn't mean boring. They're still impactful, but very clean. Then the last one, we have two more. This one is the glamorous one. I would say it really reminds me of the Hollywood diva. So think about luxurious fabric. It's very sensual. It's very feminine and confident. And I feel like Jessica Chastain is a very good representation of this style personality. And this is another one that I personally love. The last one is the creative style personality. Some people get mistaken between dramatic and creative, while actually they're quite different. They're both quite expressive, but I think the creative is not as bold as the dramatic. They are definitely unconventional, but their dressing can be a bit more simple, not so much loud. Even when they wear, but there is also some element when they wear something simple, like if you look at the look number 3, it's a little bit more classic, but then the shoes are the creative element. And again, it's a mix of what they wear, but also how they wear it, how they style it, the hairstyle, the accessories, everything. Now, once you know that, once you know what resonates with you, what feels aligns with you, the other very important step, I would say, is understanding more about the visual elements. So what really works for you in terms of colors, in terms of shapes, in terms of proportions as well. So especially if you go for separates, what kind of, how to wear things, what kind of styles, and how to wear them together. These will affect not just the choice of the dress or of the separates of the clothes you decide to wear, but also of your hairstyle, of your jewelry, of your makeup. So I feel like this is very, very important, because in the end, when you choose a dress, you want to, especially for these occasions, I feel like you want to not just look good, you want to feel good and very confident in what you're wearing. And again, remember that those pictures are going to be there for a long time. So you want to make sure that what you're wearing is really good for you. Now, final tip is don't forget about the power of accessories. Once you have chosen the dress, which is probably the step number one, also pay attention to the accessories, because sometimes wearing the same dress with different accessories can dramatically change the look of your dress. So pay attention to the shoes, to the bags, to the jewelry as well. And I would say even your hair. So hair in this case can play as an accessory itself. Now, the next question is where to find your dress. And here I'm giving you 4 different options. First one, the classic one, you can buy a new dress either in a store or online, or you can even have it made to measure. Why not? Especially if you want a tailor suit, you may go to a tailor and say, can I have it made to measure? So you know it's perfect for you. You can choose your color, you can choose your fabric and the shape as well. But otherwise, you can just go to a store and buy something that has all the criteria. Otherwise, if you don't want to invest in a new dress, you can buy pre-loved. Now, apart from charity shops, there are lots of platforms where you can find nice dresses for a very affordable price. You have Vinted, Vestiaire Collectives, and many more. Third option is not my recommended, and I will tell you why, but it's still an option. You can rent a dress. Now, places like John Lewis, H&M, and many more are providing this service, but there are also platforms that can do it like by rotation. I will tell you why it's not my favorite option, because first of all, if you rent something, you will have to return it impeccable. And I wouldn't want to feel the pressure of wearing a dress for a night like this, being careful not to break what I'm wearing, not to get it stained, and so on. But some people do it without, feeling the pressure, so it's still an option. The other thing is that when I buy a beautiful dress, I really love it, and it would feel really painful to give it back. But this is me. The fourth option is, what if you don't want to wear anything new at all, or even rent it? Well, you maybe have a very nice dress at home that you have worn already, and maybe with some tweaks, you can adjust it, or maybe just wear it with different accessories. It's gonna be good again. So this is a fourth option. Now, the good thing is that we can help you with all of that. So for you only, I have prepared a very special offer. You can either come shopping with us. We are going to offer you a 30% discount, and we can offer you some exclusive facilities, which means depending on where we want to go to find your dress, we can be able to book a private space and create a pre-selection for you, really making the session streamlined, easy, and enjoyable. 3-hour shopping, and we guarantee we're going to find your best dress. The other option, if you don't want to buy anything, but as I said before, alter or maybe tweak and restyle something that you already own, then this is the Power Hour is the perfect solution. It's 1 hour on Zoom, £99, and will soon go to up to 129. where we are going to share some personalized tips with you. You can share the picture of what you have with us, and we can give you our opinion about what to do with it, or if you need to buy anything new to restyle your option. Now, both the services will be delivered by our senior stylist, Natalie, who is attending the meeting. I don't know, Natalie, if you want to say hi.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to helping you, give you confidence, make you shine, make you the best version of yourself. I know Victoria Beckham's always saying that, but it will save you time, and a load of hassle. Give that hassle to me and I'll sort it out for you. So I'm looking forward to it.
We actually enjoy it very much. Okay, so if you're interested in any of these, just scan the QR code. We created some appointments, but if you're not sure, you want to ask questions, or maybe our slots don't work for you, then simply get in touch and let's have a chat. Or maybe you need something else, just do that. At this point, I will share maybe all the links with Debbie to share with you. At this point, this is my question for you. What is your style personality and why? Now, if you like me, don't stand in one style personality. I actually stand between the classic and the glamorous. It's fine. This is not a test, so there is no right or wrong. Just tell us what you think, what attracts you, and why.
Pop your thoughts into the chat. Oh, classic natural. That's nice. Oh, classic and glam, creative. Oh, classic and glam. Lots of people are classic and glam, Stefania.
Yeah, it's probably the most wanted.
Bold, definitely the bold, romantic and natural. We've got a real good mix. Fantastic. Oh, that sounds amazing. Well, Natalie Bridges is looking stunning on her Zoom call.
Honestly,
I'm loving the dress that she's wearing.
we had a very quick chat before, and I had to change very quickly because I was feeling hot in what I was wearing before. So I just put on the first thing I found.
I know, it's so
She's
hot
there,
today.
super glam.
Has anyone got any questions for Stefania? Or
I can
anything
stop
they want
there.
to share? Yeah. Or anything they want to share? I think choosing the outfit is one of the most exciting parts of going to an awards. And I've bought things from Vinted, I admit that. And I've also been to some lovely shops. And I tell you, Kirsty Gale, who's one of our previous winners, she owns Red Carpet Ready. It is up in Lincolnshire, but honestly, people come from all over the UK to go to her shop. It's amazing. So I'll give a little shout out to her because she does incredible dresses. Oh, as Kat's saying, it is the best store. There you go.
Right.
If any of you've got anywhere you recommend, put it in the chat. Why not? Let's share and share with others. Anyone that you've.
I would like to add, Debbie. I know choosing the dress is one of the most exciting thing, but often it can become panic. Okay, because people leave it to the very end. So don't leave it to the very end. Our personal shopping offer goes throughout August and September. Don't leave it to the very end because you don't want to panic. And also, now there are sales, so it's a good time to go now in August because you can find very good deals. September is also tricky month because you won't have enough from the summer sales. The new collection, maybe not all of them are landed into the shop, so you may not find a very good choice in September, especially towards the end of it. So I would really encourage you to start thinking about your dress now.
And yes, we've had people wear saris to the ceremony. If that's what you want to wear, makes you, definitely. We've had saris. We've had African dress, the Ghanaian going on. It's been amazing over the years. We've had some fabulous outfits. And I do think I've had people say to me afterwards, oh, I wish I'd looked at the photos this is one of the reasons we've covered this topic this year, I wish I'd looked at the previous years because I realised I was really underdressed when I arrived. Of course, it's too late then once you're there. So everyone does make an effort, and it is lovely to see. And even the classic black dress, people can look amazing, you know. So thank you very much, Stefania. Do put your details into the chat. If you joined partway through the call and you didn't get a chance to put your details in the chat, do that and then save the chat yourselves at the end. I'm not actually sending that out. I will send a copy of the recording, the slides afterwards. And we have another event on the 17th of September at 12 o'clock. This is only open to the 2026 finalists. And this is an online networking, an opportunity for you to meet other finalists before the event, which people I know really appreciate. We've done it for the last few years and people really do appreciate this. Thank you, Jenna. We will see you at the final. Yeah, brilliant. And you, Michelle. You're not naturally good at doing your hair. Oh, yeah. Some people do go to the hair salon in Daventry actually and have their hair done. We had that last year. No, not the 27th, the 17th of September. But that will go out to all of our finalists in the next few days with the link for that. And yeah, just keep an eye if you're one of the people that have just off of our list. We're going to be doing a workshop quite soon on how to get yourself award ready, your business award ready to enter awards next year, because we know that this is quite important for people to kind of start thinking about all the things they need to do. And I'm actually speaking at an event on the 25th of September on this very topic up in Stratford upon Avon. I did put it on the main email list the other day. It's with Holly Nixon, Creating Connections. It's a one-day event she's running and I'm one of the speakers. And so I've put together a handy little checklist for people to kind of really understand where they're at now on the things that they need to do to be award ready. So I'm going to run that after I've spoken at that event. I'm going to run an online session on that later in September, early October. So keep an eye on your emails. We try and send out all the details with links and things as well on our social media. Thanks for joining me today. Much appreciated, and big thanks to both of my speakers. Take a little virtual bow, and I will see some of you in October at the final. See you soon. So big thanks to our speakers, and I am just going to run through some things that you need to think about in order to get the most out of being a finalist via social media and connecting up with other finalists. So often people who are selected for awards, they might do one little post about being selected. But what we see is that a lot of people don't bother, or the posts are very short. And actually, you can probably do up to 3 or 4 posts about being a finalist in awards. You can do a post around your journey, talking about where you are now, as opposed to where you've come from, because those kind of background posts are really, really useful in terms of showing the journey that you've been on with your business to award-winning status. So also you could do a post mentioning some of your key customers that have supported your business, and you could also do a post around the team that supports you. So that could be employees, or it could be freelancers that have supported your business, or maybe networking groups that you belong to, all of those sorts of things. And make sure you tell your followers which category that you are a finalist in and tag the relevant awards as well. So there's a few posts that you can do initially, and then further down the line on a lead up to the event, you can share any press releases that you get that get published. Maybe you've been interviewed on local radio or even national radio, or you might have been interviewed for somebody's podcast. So the idea behind those posts is that you can share that content, and you know, I would encourage you to do that. And then you might want to do a post about what you're wearing to the final. Somebody last year did a really good series of posts where she talked about everything from her earrings to her shoes, to her jewelry, the dress, her hair, her makeup. And it was really engaging, actually. So you could do something along those lines. And then make sure that you're adding the logo to your email footers, your website, and your social media banners. And the other thing that people often forget to do is share with their email list. So do an email, say, look, you know, we're finalists in these awards, blah, blah, blah. And you can perhaps share some of the backstory that some of your subscribers on your email list may not know. Now then, the other thing that people don't do enough of is connection. Awards bring people into the same room who would never normally have met. And this can lead to collaborations, referrals, partnerships, all sorts of things can come out of awards. And this is a great photograph of some women from a few years ago at the Best Businesswomen Awards that were all sat together because they'd all come on their own. So we're a great believer in, if people buy one ticket, that will sit you with other people who've also only bought one ticket, so that you've got that networking opportunity. And all kinds of things can come out of that. So here's some ways to grow your network from Business Awards. And one of the first and most important things is to connect up with everybody who is also a finalist in those awards. So I know people don't do this. And how do I know that? Because I was a finalist in the Great British Businesswomen Awards last year. And I made it my mission to connect up with every single finalist on the list. And when we got to the final, so many people came up to me and said, oh, you're Debbie Gilbert, you connected up with me on LinkedIn. Oh, you're the only person who did that. And this wasn't one person that said this to me. This was verging on over a dozen people on the night. And all sorts of things came out of that. Clients, collaborations, and some really, really good contacts. So I'm so pleased that I actually did that because it made such a difference to my business. So reach out to people, connect with people on LinkedIn or maybe Instagram or Facebook. If you're a finalist in the Best Businesswomen Awards, you will get a list of all the finalists and their social media in the coming weeks. So it's very easy for you to do. I'm not sure how many other awards do that, but you can go through the finalist list for other awards and connect up with people and congratulate them, even if they're in the same category as you. Doesn't matter, you know, just reach out to people. And the other thing that people do is they want to bring a whole table. I would actively discourage that, because actually, if you want the networking opportunity, then you really only want to be buying 2 to 4 tickets, because then you're going to be sitting with a group of people you don't know. But some people, that's what they want to do, and they want to buy a whole table and bring all their team or bring supporters of the company with them, which is absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. But if networking is important to you, you could consider splitting the team into 2 different tables. They could be side by side, but you're going to be potentially meeting more people. And make sure you connect with the judges and the sponsors and really look at the finalist lists and look for those ideal collaborations and reach out to people. Doing a live video on the night will gain you a huge amount of traction. And we know this because we've looked at some of the videos that have been posted from the awards and the metrics. And we know from our own experience, our social media on the night has a traction of around 250,000 people. So we know that any additional publicity that our finalists do, we know they're going to get that traction. So a live video, maybe when you get to the hotel, when you're at the drinks reception, pre-awards, when the awards are being announced. At our awards, every single finalist gets to go up on stage. Every finalist walks away with a silver or a gold award. Now, that isn't the case for all awards, but it's still a good opportunity for you to do a live video on the night and really maximise your social media. You could also write a blog on your website, LinkedIn newsletter, and share your experience and share some of the things that I talked about on the first slide, you know, your journey, your clients, your support. And tag anyone you meet at the awards on LinkedIn. Again, it helps with the viral nature of the posts and it helps you get more reach. And then you want to be creating opportunities via PR, events, follow up, all of that sort of thing. Doors will open for you. and watch Amanda's talk really, really carefully. There are so many opportunities out there for PR. Only 10% of people ever bother. So be one of those 10% that actually makes the effort and does the PR and gets your story out there, because all sorts of things can come off of that. Not just, starting with sort of local press, and then you're looking at the viral nature of how that reaches other parts of the press and media industry. All sorts of things can happen. So don't sit back, do nothing and do nothing. Grow your business from Business Awards. It is really possible to get some great traction, and share those stories with us.